What's up, everybody? Steven here, the Horror Freak 85, with a special guest with us on this Father's Day horror theme show. How are you doing tonight?
That's right. The cheetah is in the house. Uh, that's right. Well, at least sort of a dad of a cheetah. That's
The dad of
that's
the cheetah. Maybe he'll pop up behind you or something. He'll pounce. He'll
you know
probably
what?
pounce on
I
you.
have a feeling that probably will not happen. I last I looked at him, he was stretched out on the bed from tip to turn, and he was snoring. So, but then again, I am talking, so sometimes when I do talk online, he will come in and say hello. But I think it's just too warm. He'll be
Yeah.
sleeping.
And say hello, welcome. How's it going today? So, yeah, he'll probably pounce on you.
That's right.
He'll just hear the voice and be like, "Oh, that's kind of funny." That kind of reminded me of Cheetah. Remember in Can't Hardly Wait when there was that foreign guy in there, and Seth Green's character was talking to that one girl he was hitting on. He's like, "You remember the seventh grade when we were playing spin the bottle or whatever the game was? 7 minutes to have her spin the bottle." And he goes, "Yo, I got this mad feeling you were staring at me," and she goes, "Oh yeah, I remember you. You had the braces and you were eating the Cheetos, and it was getting all stuck in your braces, and we were calling you Chester Cheeto, the cheetah." And then the foreign guy's all like, "Cheetah," and he's like, "Oh," and he like walks off.
So I know. I tried getting you to do cheetahs and horror tonight, but you said that we couldn't do it because it was Father's Day. So we're doing Father's Day in horror. Uh, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to it.
yeah.
Uh,
I,
there are
they
a
need
lot.
it. They need a cheetah horror movie. There you go.
There are
Maybe
a
one day.
lot of horror dads in here. Both good side, dads that have come out to help their kids and their families, and some that are looking to end them. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
I was just thinking about that. I was thinking about that, and like, most of the time, we're always thinking about the final girls, and it's like we never really think about the parents.
Yeah.
Um, uh, uh, hey, there's Jim right there. Speaking of a father, Jim is a dad.
Okay.
Um,
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to Jim and Bailey, and hopefully they had a fun time today. I know it's sort of weird that you and I are talking about Father's Day and we're not dads.
No.
No, we're not dads at all. No,
So,
I mean, yes, I'm a dad to a
so I've
cheetah.
been called daddy. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I am a father to a cheetah, but it's a little different from being a father to a human being.
Yeah, I've had chickens, dogs, gerbils. So yeah,
Hmm. Hmm.
nothing right now.
Is it true that you named your chicken Fried?
That was the middle name. No, it was actually cinnamon and licorice.
Cinnamon and licorice. I never had that on the chicken.
Oh, and then we had a couple of turkeys. We were joking around, calling. Said we should name them Thanksgiving and Christmas.
That's not very nice. Let's see. Jim says he is now more of a cat dad now since the kids are 21 and 25. I think I don't know. I mean, like I said, I don't know because I'm not a dad, but I don't know if kids ever grow up to a parent. I think a parent always sees their kid as when they were growing up. It's like I remember you when you were just doing little league or when you were just entering junior high and stuff like that.
Right.
I think
So,
I'm.
what movie were you talking about earlier? I guess it's starting to get a little bit more well known that you wanted to talk about.
Oh, you talk about dads in movies? Yeah. So you know, we- so this is actually a really good. This is a really perfect day to talk about this too. Um, I'm going to bring up his name and then we'll talk about the movie a little bit. And I can't think of a better Father's Day movie than this. Um, I want to talk about David Perhea. That's his name. David Perhea plays Jesus in the family drama, such a warm-hearted drama, The Coffee Table. Talk about a I mean, I cannot think of a better Father's Day movie than The Coffee Table. Such heartwarming and warm, and maybe it's not for everybody. Maybe there's too much gooiness to this movie, but that's the movie I'm going to recommend that everybody watch for Father's Day here today is The Coffee Table.
Hmm.
And now my disclaimer: if you watch that movie, don't blame me. Don't blame me for that one. Actually, it's a fantastic movie. It's my favorite movie of the year so far, Steven. It is it's a keeper. It's a keeper. Steven is here.
Yep. Hey, Steven.
Really? All right. Wow, this is not bad. All right, we got some people coming out. Thank you so much.
Good. Thank you.
Jim says, I'm going to watch The Coffee Table when I'm more clear-headed. I've been warned by many people. Yeah, I've been doing that since I saw it last year. I saw the screener last year, and I told everybody then, I said, man, that movie just messed me up. It messed me up.
So you said it's a drama, but it's more of a horror drama. I mean,
no, it's a horror film.
Okay.
It's a horror film. It's the best movie of the year, but it's going to be a movie where it's the best movie of the year, but you might be able to handle watching it once. But if you look at it and you know, it's an amazing movie. It really is. I haven't seen anything like that in forever. I mean, I can't remember last time I saw a movie like this. But there's some really great movies out there too, with dads and both pro and con. You know, both dads are willing to go to the extra mile to save their family and the extra mile to end it. And I mean, there's some sensational movies with parents that have gone to bat for their kids. Yeah, I'm looking at Jim's comment again. Yeah. I know Jim from the Grave and Christian watched and reviewed it yesterday. Christian didn't seem to get it too much, but Jen certainly did. Yeah. Safe to say, the Coffee Table and Taylor Swift are probably about as far apart as you possibly can get. Though I would like to see the Taylor Swift Eras tour. I would. I'm a Taylor fan. I think she's all right. Definitely. But
Tay or the Swifty or Tay or whatever you want to call her.
I don't know what they call them. All I know is that Taylor is she's all right with me. I've always enjoyed her. And speaking of father and mother, I think her parents have done a wonderful job with her. They prepared her, they grounded her, and she has been the same person she's been since she was introduced. She really basically is a nice person. She really is. She's a very nice person, and she's human just like the rest of us. She gets her feelings hurt just as well as the rest of us. Except now she's able to write songs about it. Yeah, and that's the difference. But otherwise, I'm sure she's had her fair share of heartache and pain, and being rich and famous doesn't protect you from that.
Did you see when she was on Jimmy Fallon, her mom sent her that video of when she had her wisdom tooth pulled or whatever, and she was all drugged up, and they played that. She's like, "Oh my God!" She's like, "My mom saying that." Or was it eye surgery? Or no, I think it was eye surgery. That's what it was, or something. She was on medication, and she was all drugged up and talking about the video. Like, no, this one's bad. I don't know. It was this really weird video. She was all drugged up. It was hilarious.
I've seen those before. That's not very nice, though. That was funny though. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's just like the ones that get me. And speaking of bad parents on Father's Day, how about some of the dads who when Jay Leno was on, or Jimmy Kimmel when Jimmy Kimmel was on, it still is, and the dads that would go around and steal their kids' Halloween candy and film it, saying that they ate all their kids' Halloween candy, or they got rid of it. The dad took it to work, or I ate it all. And they filmed the kids. The kids are just like, they start crying because their parents have swiped their Halloween candy. That's pretty evil. Steven, you have an idea for me? Well, hell, let's do it. What's the idea? Man, how long has it been since I've been on here with you? I think it's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah.
I mean, I've been on with I've been on with Echo, and we've been on a couple of times, and then I did it a
I
couple of
think it
times.
was what, the 150th show or whatever, I
Is
think.
that what it is? So 21 shows.
Does it? Or maybe.
Let's see. Why not have Cheeto review sticker pads so we can wear them on our clothes? Oh, I don't think people want to wear. I don't think people want to get cheetah fur on their clothes though. If you walk around with orange patches on your clothes.
You might need a hair roller. Get the cheetah hair
Yeah, I would have to sell a hair
a cheetah hair roller. There you go. Instead of a sticker, sell a hair roller. Here, get your cheetah hair off.
I was gonna suggest I should contact the people who make Cheetos and offer them my Cheeto. They can make a character based off of Cheeto for Cheetos.
Chester Cheeto or Chester Cheetah retiring, I guess. He's been around.
You know what? I don't know. You know, that's a good gimmick.
I'm kidding. You know, he's retiring. They need a new cheetah.
We need a new cheetah, and we're happy to fill in the spot. So, what movie have you watched, Steven? Some of the horror movies that you watch with not only maybe dads, but also moms or uncles or what have you that have stepped up there and made an impact on you as far as watching on horror film. And that's also to the chat as well. I mean, you know, what's your favorite horror parent that you've seen, like either the most evil or the most heroic? Because there's been some heroic dads as well.
Yeah.
Not only evil dads like the stepfather, but there's been some really good ones too. Man, there's been some good ones. Of course, we had let's see, Stepfather. Yep, Terry O'Quinn's version. Yep, I agree. He was really good, and that's what broke him as far as becoming a star. Was that movie? Was the Stepfather? Up to that point, I don't think he really had done anything enough to break out, but he definitely broke out in that movie. And then
Nancy's dad in Nightmare on Elm Street, Sheriff Brackett in Halloween. Yep, that's what Jim.
Nancy's dad in Nightmare on Elm Street, played by the mighty John Saxon.
Yep.
John Saxon is a terrific actor. Sheriff Brackett in Halloween. Yep.
Also, I don't know if you've seen Frailty with Bill Paxton, the Hand of God Killer. That was awesome.
That's one of the best movies ever.
I think it's so underrated. Like, not many people talk about it, but
you know, it gets talked about once in a great while. Like all of a sudden, there'll be like a burst of people talking about it, and then it goes away again. You know, it fades off. But man, when you start thinking about that movie, so good. I mean, everybody's good in that movie. Everybody. Bill Paxton, the two kids, Matthew McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey was, you know, you always see Matthew McConaughey with that, happy-go-lucky. You know, you always see him, hey. You know, it's like, all right.
all right.
Yeah, you always see him as happy-go-lucky. But you know, Matthew McConaughey, you know, when he gets, you know, because most of the movies we've always seen him in, he always has that really lightheartedness to him. And Jason Sudeikis is an actor that does this too. But when the time comes for him to get serious, it's time to get serious, because you watch him playing you watch Matthew McConaughey in Frailty, and when you see him confronting Powers Booth, there's none of that Matthew McConaughey, you know, all right there. No, he is there, and he's there for business.
Yeah.
You know, he did a movie, a comedy rom-com, where he played called A Failure to Launch.
I was gonna say, are you talking about Failure to Launch? Yes, I know.
Now that's a great movie, because that movie is a romantic comedy. But when Sarah Jessica Parker's character starts exploring into his life a little too much, and she comments to him about it, all that happy-go-lucky, hanging out with his friends, all that vanishes like that. And he tells her, it's fuck you. And he has heat in that. It's like a flip of a dime. And Jason Sudeikis was like that too. Anybody's ever watched Colossal? He's like that too. He's all happy-go-lucky. And and then till he doesn't, till he isn't, and he does it on a flip of a dime, and he is dead serious, and it elevates the movie. It really elevates it. It's like up to that point, it's been sort of like happy go. It's just sort of like like an action adventure comedy, so to speak. But when he changes his demeanor, when he's talking to Anne Hathaway's character, man, he's scary. He's really scary.
Yeah.
Dayton Sawyer in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, award-winning chili cook and leader of the family. Let's see. I gotta see who that is. Who played that? I don't think that was Dennis. That was Dennis Hopper. Dennis Hopper played the cop, I think.
Yeah, Dennis Hopper was the cop.
Okay.
So what else is good? The new season of The Boys started up. I've been watching that, but for those who haven't seen it, Homelander, he's the father of the kid Ryan, who he's trying to get him to be on the superhero side, but it's where the superheroes are villains, and the kid's kind of conflicting between him and what's the Butcher, the other guy, Carl Urban plays him. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the kid at the last episode, he threw this guy. They were doing like a staged save, because that's what a lot of them do. And Jim was like, yeah, great choice, Homelander. But yeah, he threw the guy. He goes, push him harder. He threw the guy, splatted him against the building. The kid did this, and he was like, felt really bad about it. And so he's like conflicted, being, listening to Homelander and, saving people instead of killing them.
That Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, that must be probably from the remake. Because I'm looking at the Texas Chainsaw Massacre right here, and I don't see Dayton. So could be wrong about that. Dayton, Drayton.
Yeah,
it's a different movie. Billy Cook-Off Judge, I don't think that's it. Huh. Wow, I didn't know the Leatherface was in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. I didn't know he was uncredited. Tom Morga? I never heard of him mentioned. I never heard anybody mention him as Leatherface. Oh, it's because Bill Johnson's a Leatherface, and I never heard of him either. Well, that's interesting. That is interesting. Let's see. Yeah, man, Homelander too. Homelander is an interesting character. He definitely is the anti-Superman. He has the prototypical powers of Superman, but that's an interesting theory. Superheroes created by better medicine. Creator medicine.
Yeah.
I've watched that show, and I think it's fantastic. I think it's one of the coolest shows out there.
Oh, and then of course, what was Jensen Ackles' character in it again? Kind of like a Captain America, but it had a different name.
Oh yeah, right. Wasn't the Patriot or something like that?
I'm gonna have to look that up real quick. I forget his name. Or Jim. Soldier Boy. That's
right. Yeah. Played a good role. So I like Soldier Boy. And some of those fights they have in that series, man, are off the chain.
Yeah.
The girl brawl, when Stormfront battled what was her name? Mercury, and then Queen Mauve, and then one of the girl who can't be killed. There was those three were all battling Stormfront. Man, that was a kick-ass fight. I love that. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see. Thank you. Yes, I am a cat dad. I am a cat dad. I'm proud to say I'm a cat dad. Steven is what kind of dad are you, Steven?
I'm a dad of horror. Whatever.
If you're a cat dad, raise your hand. Cat dad.
I don't have any pets right now.
I know Jim is a cat dad. Steven, do you have any pets?
I just said that. No. Oh, are you asking other Steven?
Yeah, I'm asking Steven Chang if he has any pets at his house. That makes you a cat dad. I mean, even if you have a goldfish, you're a cat. You're a fish dad. I'm thinking some of the other dads that I've been impressed with. Man, I remember. How about this? How about the Devil's Candy?
Mm.
So Ethan Embry plays the father, and they move inside this house where there's been great violence has happened before, and pretty soon he starts seeing all these visions that are going to come true. They fight off a serial killer who has killed many kids and chopped them up and put them in cases. And he needs to come back to the house. He's focused to come back to the house, and the dad and him have the dad and the killer before him. They have a brawl. That was a great movie too.
Yeah.
Ethan Embry, man, he's a really good actor. He doesn't get talked about nearly enough. He sort of disappeared though. You know, he was there for a while.
Yeah.
I know he married Sunny Mabry, and I saw him do a couple of WWF movies, but and he was on they tried to do a remake of the old Dragnet show. Dick Wolf he tried to relaunch Dragnet with Ethan Embry and Ed O'Neill from Married with Children. That was actually pretty decent too. I watched that show and I really liked it, but it didn't take off.
Yeah. Let's see. Since I was thinking of The Boys, Jeffrey Dean Morgan's on there, and he's also the father of them on Supernatural. So for those Supernatural fans.
Hey Steven, he says he's got some guests.
Yeah, I just typed a message to him. Let me know. Just put him in touch with me. Thank you.
Yeah. Let's do that. I didn't know of. I thought Steven had actually went over to the full time over to Twitch. So I know that he has been over on Twitch for a while. But yeah.
So.
And speaking of, I know it's Father's Day, but we got to do a shout out for our new mother of ours. Even though we're doing it on Mother's Day, but we definitely got to give a shout out to our friend Morgan Thompson Leon, who had a baby boy, and she will be back soon with action and adventure.
Nice, yeah! Congratulations to her.
She said that she had a really easy pregnancy. I was really happy to hear that, because most of the time you always hear moms talk about how hard it was, but she said that her pregnancy went really, really well.
She says got some pets. What kind of pets you got?
I have a cheetah.
No, I was asking Jaden there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yes. What pets do you have, Jaden? And Steven mentions working with Mandy Raven, artist Mandy Raven. Yep, she's very talented. I don't know. Have you had any artists other than Clarissa Grant on your show? Steven? Steve, I'm talking to you. Have you had any?
Oh, I thought you were talking to other Steven. I'm sorry. My bad.
No, I'm asking you. Have you had any artists on your show?
Besides Clarissa, I don't think so. Besides Clarissa, no.
Oh, man, you gotta fix that.
I have to think.
Fix that.
Yep. Let's see, a dog. Okay, so we got a dog there.
Um, yeah, Devil's Candy, man. That's a movie. That's a movie that messes up a lot of people. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize how much that movie messed up people. I know
Yeah.
some people. I know some people like I know Hobbs. He says that movie. He can't watch that movie. He says that movie gave him nightmares. I love that. You know what? Honestly, I love that. Like when I watched The Coffee Table, dude, that movie messed me up. That movie, and I'm so happy that it did. I don't ever want to be desensitized to where a movie like that comes along and I can't react to it. You know, I know a lot of people that probably won't react to it because they watch so many horror films that everything seems blasé. Man, I feel sorry for people who do that. I do. I feel sorry for people who just sit there and just watch the one thing over and over and over. It's like, man, you gotta get out of that. You gotta watch other things. So like
Mhm.
when something like a Skinamarink comes through, you could actually be affected by that, you
Right.
know. Or I'm haunted. Uh, uh, you know, we can watch I'm haunted or I'm haunted too, and just be totally like, holy shit, like I was. Oh hey Jamie, didn't see you there.
Yeah, I typed. She said hi. I said I typed
Jamie.
back.
Hi, Jamie. As you know, Jamie is one of the stars of I'm Haunted. I'm Haunted too, and she played the mother in Skinamarink.
Oh, speaking
And,
of, you're like, oh, you were just talking about like, oh, hello.
speaking of fathers, what's up with the dad in Skinamarink? What's his story? Yeah, we don't know what his story is. There's been a lot of questions like, what's the dad's role in it? Is the dad evil? Did the dad do the dastardly deed? What's up with that? Um, did the dad get rid of the mom? There's so many questions. You know, there's so many questions about that movie. I
It's
personally,
still on my watch list. I gotta watch it. Still, it's there's so
uh,
much I
uh,
gotta watch.
let's see. The dad will come chat with us. Yeah, we should talk to the dad. Actually, I want to talk to the director. I want to talk to the director. That's what I want. I can't wait to see what he comes up with next. I can't wait. It's gonna be awesome, whatever it is. And speaking of this, now I can break this a little bit. So I don't know if you've seen I'm Haunted yet. Have you seen I'm Haunted?
Not yet. No.
You need to interview. Not only do you need to interview Jamie Hill sitting in the chat right there,
Mhm.
but you really need to interview Elizabeth Chamberlain as well. So like, I think Elizabeth Chamberlain, she's awesome. And
Yeah, I think yeah, I had sent her a message before, and I need to get back in touch with her. Yeah. So.
I would love that, Jamie. I would love that. I will stay in touch. I'll contact you. I'll contact you after the show about that. And Elizabeth's like a kid to me. She's amazing. She's so cute. She is so okay. I don't know. I don't know if I can use that word. I don't know because you know she might but she's really cute. And she did this movie called I'm Haunted, which is her and Brendan Rhines, and it's just a fantastic movie. It's found footage, but it is so fun. Oh my gosh! At the end of the movie, you're just sitting there going like, oh no, no, we got to bring that back. So they brought back part two, and I'm going like, okay, so does that mean her character Genesis is that coming back? Is Genesis coming back? Well, I don't know. I don't know. And so you watch I'm Haunted 2, and you're going, okay. So the actress who does I'm Haunted 2, she does a really good job. Does a really good job. She's not Genesis. Um, at the end of the movie, Genesis pops up, makes a cameo appearance. You get super hyped. Remember how we all were hyped up when we were watching Split, and then at the end of Split, all of a sudden we see Bruce Willis there as David Dunn from Unbreakable.
Yeah.
We all just freaked out. That's what
Hmm.
it was. That's what it was like for Unhaunted 2. Like and also when Genesis popped up there, and we're like, and now Brendan Ryan, this week, he announced that he's going to do I'm Haunted 3.
Oh, okay.
And of course, I'm already asking, is Is Genesis coming back for 3? Because you gotta have Genesis, or else it's not gonna work for me.
Right.
Okay. Elizabeth and I were talking about maybe a fundraiser. Pie Mildred in the face for $100 for Grotesque 3. I personally would spend that $100 if I could spend the night with Genesis in that apartment and I'm haunted. And Jamie's gonna be in I'm Haunted 3, and of course Genesis is. Yes.
Okay.
So
Genesis first name Sega.
No, that's her first name. Her first name is Genesis. Genesis Brady, I think her name is in the character's name. And she's so much fun. It's a tour de force. It's like when I was watching it, when I was watching I'm Haunted, it's just her. It's just her for an hour and 40 minutes, and it reminded me reminded me a lot of the Tom Hardy movie called Lost. I'm not sure if anybody has ever seen Lost, but that's one of Tom Hardy's best performances, and it's him, just him, and he's driving from his house to where his lover is having a baby, and on the way he handles all these different phone calls, his business, his wife, his family. He handles them all. While he's driving. It's an amazing movie. It's an early A24 film, which is but back then A24 was on the ball. I'm Haunted. I'm Haunted. Episode 23. Oh my gosh. You're in episode 23. That's right. Let me go back and talk about that. So there's I'm Haunted, the movie, and then there's Haunted, the web series.
I was going to say that. I thought that was a series. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It was a web series, and then they condensed it. They edited and condensed it to the movie. I know that Christian Sesma did that once. He did that with the Vigilante Diaries. Okay. I love Christian Sesma. I do. But boy, that Vigilante Diaries, editing, it was rough. I'm not gonna kid you. I got the movie. It was really rough. It was not nearly as smooth as I'm Haunted. I'm not sure why that happened. Maybe because of different styles and different locations, different cameras, different time of day. But that movie was a little rough to watch. I'm the giggling girl now.
Oh, there's
that's such a fun movie. I love that movie so much. I was sitting there watching that. I'm like, this is so cute. She's just darling. She's like, all these things are happening to her, and fighting with her mom, her best friend. I mean, it was just and stuff happening outside of her peephole. We see people dashing across her peephole. It's just like, it's so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I liked it watching it, but watching it on YouTube. Even though it's a longer movie, but it's so much fun. I know we're talking about Father's Day, and we're talking about Father's Day, and here we are talking about one of our favorite horror films, independent horror films, and I'm Haunted. Well, what can I say? I mean, I think. Well, if Brendan Ryan is a dad, I think that counts as Father's Day.
Oh, Jamie was saying, "What's up with me this year?" So, for show wise or acting wise, or what would you like to know? I mean, I'm of course still doing the show. I'm going to be at Slash and Bash Film Festival in Kansas for the premiere of Cheerleader Elimination. In January, well, that's next year, but Rocket City Horror Con. Hopefully, I might make another convention this year. I'm not sure. So,
what about that one in Florida you guys go to?
Spookala.
Freak. I get John with that still, right?
Probably. I'm not surprised.
Nope. What I do, and I'll mention that I'll be in there, and then he'll say, "Oh, it's Bacala." I'm like, Drake.
Spookella, but it's actually held in Tampa now. It's not in Ocala anymore, which is kind of dumb. But hey, whatever.
See, Patrick the
No, no
Demon
Canadian.
is
No
your mother.
Canadian.
Yes, I heard that. I heard that in the first movie. Oh yes, I heard that. That's so
Heard what now?
cool. Jamie Hill mom played the demon in the first movie. Wait till the end of the wait till you see the last scene of the movie. It's hilarious. It's spooky, but it's hilarious.
Okay.
Okay, someone just sent me Godzilla. Thank you for that. Thank you for sending me some Godzilla. Um, I'm thinking about thinking of dad, right? Good dads and bad dads during the war. We're talking about good dads. We're talking about bad dads. Can we talk about stupid dads?
Hell, I'm sure there's some of those too. Yeah.
Okay, because one of the most stupidest dads, and this is true, is the dad from A Quiet Place. That guy is like he's like a blockhead. I cannot think of a more intelligent portrayal of a dad in a horror film. I just can't. That guy's he has no brain. That whole movie, that whole family, it was. You saw A Quiet Place, right? What did you think of A Quiet Place?
It was like you said, it was kind of dumb. I mean, they did stupid things, and it's just like, really, like you just at some points they deserve to die.
Yeah, I mean, good Lord, situation being what it was. You have the mom and the daughter and the dad, and then the 6-year-old kid leading behind. I'm just like, could you why not just give me why not give him a drum set, like a little marching drum set, and he could have kept pace with you guys as you walk.
Yeah.
I mean, so you had him do that. This is the dad. So he put this 5-year-old boy at the end of the line. So he gets killed. Strike one. Then the dad goes like, yeah, I got an idea. The world is subjected to, like, we make any noise at all, we could get attacked. So what we need to do is stay quiet. I tell you what, I can't think of a better way to stay quiet and keep us safe than to have a kid. I'm gonna get my wife pregnant, because it's only been 3 years since the aliens have been down on Earth. I mean, what are they? They won't care if we have a baby. So he gets his wife pregnant.
Yeah.
So she in turn ends up having a baby, and it's like, only thing
you can't be quiet doing that, or have her.
The only thing I could think of when I was watching that, I was thinking of that infamous MASH episode, the last episode of MASH, where Hawkeye is he's had a psychotic break, and he's talking to the therapist, and he says, I just wanted the lady to keep her chicken quiet so we wouldn't be discovered by the Viet Cong. That's all I really wanted. I just wanted her to keep her chicken quiet. And she, that's what he told her, says, keep your chicken quiet. You got to keep it, And so when we find out that it wasn't a chicken the lady had in her lap, who she smothered a chicken, it wasn't that. It was her home baby. He had told her to keep her baby quiet, and she had smothered it. So when he found out what he had done, that's what caused him to snap. And I'm thinking to myself, going like, here's his wife's going to have a baby, crying, and I just couldn't think of like the worst time possible to have a baby now.
Yeah.
And then his kids and him go out, and they get caught in a situation where he has options. But he goes ahead and tells his kids to go away, and then like, keep fighting, But no, he tells his kids to go away in the truck, and then he signs to her like, I love you, and then he makes noise. So his kids get to watch him get killed.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't know about you, but I'm gonna try to take somebody out with me. I'm not gonna let it. I'm gonna try like all you got to do is get inside the truck. I just couldn't understand it, and it's like it didn't make the movie fun for me to watch. It was a very hard watch. The Quiet Place, very hard to watch because of how stupid they are. It is.
Yeah.
The Village wasn't that much better, but like the Village, we knew. My buddy Norm and I, we knew that at the Village before we knew it. I mean, before the movie started, we knew how it was going to end. It was like a Twilight Zone episode, and it ended just like we thought. But that was I don't think he was a good dad in A Quiet Place. I thought he was a terrible.
Yeah. Then we got what was Thomas Jane in The Mist. He was a good father, but unfortunately, it was a tragic ending, which everybody knows.
Yeah, that's a a lot of people. I think a lot of people talk about that movie for that purpose. Like, man, it's because in the Stephen King novel, this is one of his earlier efforts. He didn't know how to. He was already establishing the fact that he didn't know how to end one of the stories, and it was the same thing for The Mist. The Mist really didn't have an end. It was open. It was open ended. So Frank Darabont, he decided that he's going to have an end to the Mist, and more power to him. And that was his ending. And I mean, that was his. Like, I don't know. It's like, I guess it's all about self preservation. It's like, I guess you could kill yourself like that. I mean, you could kill yourself like it's better than being eaten by a dinosaur. I guess, but you know what? Nothing had popped up there yet. They haven't seen any creature up to that point. They are all in the car. The car was out of gas, right? Or the battery died or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, it stalled.
But they were still alive, and they didn't know what was out there. So, you sort of want to physically see what's coming towards you before you act, and that really what it was. They only assumed what it was. And so they said, we're all going to die. Let's just kill me before the creatures come get me. But they don't really know that it is creatures.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like, I think what makes it more sad and more tragic is the fact they didn't wait. He did it too fast.
Yeah.
It's like, I guess to me, it's like, if you have 6 shots left, and you could try to get to if you could have those 6 shots, and you could try to get to a building or a secure building, maybe you try to make a run for it. Maybe you try that. Maybe you make it. Maybe you don't. I mean, even but at least you try.
Yeah, that's try at least. Not just like I'm done.
It's and so it's difficult, and of course he's absolutely, he died that day too. His character, how long do you think that character would stay alive after that?
Probably not long.
Not long. I think that's probably why they never had The Mist 2, because I'm sure that as soon as he got another bullet for that gun, he was going to do this. He's going to finish it out.
Yeah.
But it's one of the more heartbreaking endings to a movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if just one more minute just would have waited. Like, oh my gosh.
But is he? I don't think he's a bad. I think it's a tragic death. I think it's tragic. I think it's tragic what happened. I mean, I feel really, really sorry for him. Whereas I don't feel sorry for the dad in the Quiet Place. I feel he brought everything on himself. He's reaping what he sowed.
Yeah,
Whereas the father in the myth, he's just tragic.
yeah. Let's see what other dads was I going to bring up. Pet Cemetery, the original one. Bringing up all the. Well, first I can't talk about it. Rewind. When he learned about the cemetery, brought the cat back and everything, and he didn't listen, and he wanted to bring back his son, but unfortunately, it was wrong to bring the kid back, and he learned that the hard way.
Um, mm, wow, someone actually recognized something here. Wow,
What
that's really refreshing to
happened?
see. Uh, a character, a movie that we talk about, but no one ever talked about the scary person in the movie. But I'm looking at this article about bad dads, and someone actually mentioned it. It's the first time I've ever seen anybody talk about it. I've never heard anybody talk about this other than myself and my buddy Catfish. So speaking of bad, so everybody loves it. It part one, it part two. Everybody loves the movie. Um, Pennywise, everybody loves Pennywise. He's creepy. Bill Skarsgård, he's absolutely creepy. Everybody loves that movie. Uh, they think that Pennywise is the villain of the piece, um, but he isn't. He really is not the villain of the piece. He's an alien and he's creepy, and yeah, he does kill people, but he does not put the skin of. He is not scary. He isn't the scariest person in his own movie. And the scariest thing about it and it part two, not Pennywise, but Beverly Marshall's father.
Yeah.
Man, that guy was creepier than hell. And what a great performance too. Uh, I don't know. I mean, uh, yes, Craig T. Nelson in Poltergeist he was a very heroic dad. Um, I have to say that about Craig T. Nelson. He's one guy, they've had him try to play a villain before. In fact, he played the villain in Action Jackson. Um, but Craig T. Nelson is always so much stronger as a good guy. And I really liked him as that. I liked him in Poltergeist.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, he does comedy really well as well. Yeah, Poltergeist was a good dad. Uh, but but the dad is it. Holy shit, man, that guy was good. Um, let me see. Let me see. I want to see who the actor is. I know nobody ever talks about it.
Let's see. What else we were talking about? Patrick Wilson in the Insidious movies.
Yeah. Um, he was a good dad. He just got overcome by supernatural. He was still a good father.
Yeah.
He just got possessed. Uh, he was a good dad. He loves his family.
Yeah.
He tried to, if you're being encountered by supernatural, you know, like Craig T. Nelson and Poltergeist. I mean, there's a lot to be said. Like the father in The Devil's Candy. I mean, sometimes fathers face long odds. You know.
Right.
Let's see. His name is Stephen Bogart. One of he's done anything else in me. Wow, he's an American Psycho. I didn't know that. Let's see.
Oh, I just found something that came up. That was a really good movie. I don't know if you saw the Clover Hitch Killer.
Oh, the close hit. Yes,
That was a good one.
of course it was. And why? Why? What made it so good, Steven?
Well,
What
you
made the
go.
what made the close hit killer so good?
Hmm. Well, we got a father killer. uh, it's been a while
Made
since I
some-
watched it there, but wasn't it based on a true story though? I think, or no? Or I'm thinking of something else.
Here, I'm putting it in the chat for you to help you out.
You doing what now?
I'm putting it in the chat for you. Clove Hitch Killer is an IFC midnight film. That's what made it so good.
Oh, that's right. That's what you're trying to.
Yep. That's right.
I forgot it was an IFC. That's right.
That's right. That's because you're too busy in that wild eye.
Yep.
Well, what Wild Eye movies have you seen that featured a good or bad dad?
Ooh, a Wild Eye movie with a dad. I'm trying to think. I'd have to go through. I know there's got to be a dad in one of them, at least that I've
You
seen.
would think, right? What about the dad in Ouija Shark?
There we go. That's right. The dad in the Ouija shark. It came in. Yep.
That's right.
Oh, Ouija. Well, did you see a Ouija Shark 2 yet?
No, have you?
Yeah.
It's got to be better than the first one.
It actually is better than the first one.
I mean, a lot better than the first one.
Yeah.
That's
It's a
the guy.
masterpiece.
That's the guy who directed Creature from Cannibal Creek. Another horror movie that has a good dad. The dad is out there trying to find his daughter, and he gets killed, but he comes back as a creature for revenge.
Okay.
But he's still a good dad. So there
Yeah,
you go.
I'd have to go through the Wild Eye list though to think of dads in it. Though I can't. Oh, it was an action movie one. Oh no, it was just his wife. I don't think there was. No, his daughter was involved. It was
Impact
oh.
Event.
Yeah, no, not Impact Event. Wow, that's gonna kill me. I can't remember the title of it. It's not a horror movie at all, and it's an action movie.
Yeah, wasn't it the dad and his daughter, and then they were. I thought it was the dad and the dad and the father. Michael Berryman was in it.
No, not that one.
Okay.
And he's like, I don't know if he was a cop or an FBI agent or something, or it's like not a normal. Like I was surprised to find out it was a Wild Eye movie. Like to me, it didn't really seem like a Wild Eye movie.
Was it a visual vengeance movie?
Huh?
Was it a visual vengeance movie?
No, it wasn't Visual Vengeance. It was an actual Wild Eye movie. God, that's gonna bug me. I got to go through my Wild Eye list now.
Was it a fun movie?
I liked it. I thought it was, yeah, and it was like a martial arts a little bit too, sort of like action.
All right.
What was it? Let me go to my Wild Eye list here in Tubi. I got every single one there in my list. Yeah, if you go to Tubi, there's almost like over 300 Wild Eye movies on there. 300. I forget what the count was on there. I'll have to go through it again because they added some new ones on there. They added Play Hooky on there. Mountain Devil 2. They added. Guts on a Chainsaw, and there's actually a movie I didn't know. It's called Vampire. I think it was Vampire Time Travelers, or there's some movie on there that was that might be the one. I didn't know it. Camden Toy, a friend of mine who was in Buffy, and he passed away not too long ago. He actually has a part in it. I'm like, he's in a Wild Eye movie. I didn't know that.
Oh snap!
Oh, Blood Story. That's what it's called. That Camden's in. But I can't find the one with the dad. But go ahead and talk about the next one while I look for the one with the dad here.
You know, let's talk about a movie that I don't really like the movie itself, but we're not talking about the movie. We're just talking about the character.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk about Jack Torrance from The Shining.
There we go.
was he really a bad dad?
Not
Was
necessarily.
right? I mean, was he a bad dad, or was he, did he, I never, yes, he went crazy, and yes, of course, he chased after him, but he was driven crazy. But was he really a bad dad in the first part of the movie? The first half before they went to the Overlook. Um, I think he was
It's the
more
overlook. It's the overlook that made him go crazy.
right, and I thought it was I personally, what I think really happened. I think it really hurt the character, like because I think they wanted people to feel sorry for him, right? The family, like here they are, the dad's a frustrated writer, the mom being the mom, and they have a little boy. But I think what really hurt this movie in a lot of ways is the fact that there really was never any chemistry at all between Jack Nicholson and Shelley Duvall. I mean,
Right.
Shelley Duvall, I've said this once, I said it twice. She should have never been cast in that role. She was all wrong for that role. She really was. She was
Hmm.
all wrong for that role. And but the dad, but Jack, and he seemed more irritated with his wife than he did with his son.
Yeah.
Um, he felt like he was pressured because he hadn't been working, and he needed a job. But I think any dad in that situation would have felt the very same thing that Jack did. The pressure on him. That doesn't make you a bad person, you know. Of course,
Right.
Jack had a drinking problem. That didn't help. That didn't help. But again, it's like he had been sober for a long time. I mean, and that takes a lot of work for that. It takes a lot of work to stay sober.
Yeah.
When you're an alcoholic, it's every day is a fight, and let no one tell you differently. Um, and you could see that you got that feeling when you met him when he was interviewing for the job. You could definitely tell, it was he wants to do what's right. He wants to do what's right. He wants to do what's right by his family. Uh, is going up there and taking care of a hotel in the middle of winter part of that plan? No, but it is now because he's willing to do anything for his family. I'm not so exactly sure. I mean, once he gets up there and he goes crazy, sure, and he kills Dick Hallorann. Yeah, of course. But by that time, he'd been driven far beyond, far beyond. But up to that point before they got to the Overlook, I thought he was maybe a frustrated dad and a dad close, that dad that needed a couple of meetings. But I never really got the idea until they got to the Overlook how fragile his sanity really was. I mean, like I said, it's a real struggle, and then you put that on top of trying to find a job. Name me another character that would have walked in there and been any different. Uh, I think most people in that situation would have acted just like he did. Uh, you know, uh,
Yeah.
I don't. I mean,
What'd you
I,
think of Steven Weber's Shining? Did you see that one? What'd you think of that
I
Shining?
still have not watched that yet. I have it up here. I have it up here. I think I'm going to be doing that pretty soon. Um, for Dollar Theater. Um, as you know, Dollar Theater is the series I do where I watch and review movies that I got for a dollar under $1.25. Um, but I'm doing Hitchcock. I'm doing Fireball tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow, Fireball. It's a fun movie. I did Fireball tomorrow, and then I'm doing Man on a Train, and then I'm doing North by Northwest the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good plan there.
Uh, yeah. What's the Fireball? Fireball actually is an action-packed. In fact, I might be here.
It's a good drink too.
Yeah, let me help you guys out here, so you guys can check this out.
Man, they must have took that off Tubi because I'm not seeing the title of that movie. That's gonna bug me too.
Yes, it will bug you.
And so, of course, after the show, I'll be like, "That's the movie." Damn it!
Yeah, of course. Okay, so here's Fireball right here. Take a look at that, Stephen. Take a look at that, Jim. Stephen Chang. All look at that. Be prepared to be amazed by what you're seeing.
Okay.
That's right. I'm going to stay quiet while you guys watch the trailer, and then come back and tell me what you think of this action-packed masterpiece.
Oh, you want us to watch it right now?
Yeah, go ahead and watch it.
Let's see.
An action-packed masterpiece right here.
I'll just bring it up on my phone here. No, come on. Where are you, YouTube? There we go. All right. So, Fireball trailer. Oh, not Furball. Stupid autocorrect. Wow, Furball, the trailer. This movie's all. Is this Fireball or Furball? What the heck is
Furball, the sequel.
Oh, that's funny. All right, so Fireball trailer. All right. Let's see. Official trailer. Is it an Australian trailer? It's okay.
Get QuickBooks Solopreneur for $1 per month for mobile only. Sign up today. Expedia members get
Expedia.com.
future trips.
Boy, how many commercials are you yet?
There we go. 2. All right.
Thank you very much, Jim. Look at that. Look at Jim already. What is that?
Is that? I mean, that says Fireball trailer. Is that?
No, that's not the Spanish. It's in English.
Oh, I don't know what this. There's something called Fireball and it says official Australian trailer.
No.
Hold on.
See, Jim says now that it looks like it was made for the CW. You're not too far off, Jim.
Does it start off with an explosion?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. That's right. He survived the fire. That's it. Okay.
You show up just as the car's exploding, yes?
I know what I saw. Looks like the car fire, right?
Still could be an accident.
There are no accidents. We have a little boy like to play with matches.
I have a little boy who is a match.
I was going to say, or he is the match. Yeah.
His tissue can rebuild itself at an exponential
rate.
That's
right.
The fire doesn't burn him, and his cells can regenerate faster than they can be destroyed. Imagine this, but on fire.
That's right.
You gotta come up with something that's gonna smother his flame.
Nothing will smother the flame.
And this is why you come to Dollar Theater for quality entertainment like this.
He's coming straight to you. You gotta shut all your systems down. You're asking me to power down an entire nuclear plant?
It's got Ian Somerhalder from Vampire Diaries.
In trouble. Needs our help.
Yeah, but you know where the babe, you've seen the babe before, though.
Where the what is? I'm sorry.
You know who the babe is, right? The girl.
I looked away. Who was it? She looks familiar.
Yeah, you can get your card revoked here.
Do what?
You're gonna get your fanboy card revoked in a way.
Well, I missed. I looked up when it said her name.
That's Rowan from Jason X.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
Or Andromeda from Andromeda.
But I didn't watch Andromeda.
You never watched Andromeda?
Mm-mm.
Steven says here, reminds me of a revenge type film like Shocker in a way, where the guy uses electricity. But I watch it once and I like it. I watch it again. Yeah, you know what? If you like Shocker, you're gonna love Fireball. Man, Shocker was bad.
Yeah.
Shocker. You know what? I watched that for the first time, also for Dollar Theater. Boy, talk about product placement. I actually watched Shocker for Dollar Theater too, because I got a copy of it at my library, and I watched it. I can't tell you how surprised I was at how dated it looked. It looked dated when it came out. I was really surprised by that. I was like, I thought this was going to be, but man, that movie. It was like the first time watching it. Did you remember watching the first time The Greatest American Hero?
I don't really remember it that much, but I know the theme song. I remember that. But
when we watched it, when it came out on ABC and it premiered, and you tuned in to watch it, the effects were like, they looked like they're 10 years old for a brand new show. The effects are just god awful. It was horrible. It was shocking. It was like, wow, because because the effects at that time were supposed to be cutting edge, but the effect it was that series was old before it got old. I like the show too, but I just hated the effect. It looked ancient. It looked old. William Catt, Robert Culp, Tommy Celica, and Faye Grant, who went on to end up doing V. That's right. Speaking of a father figure, Robert Culp was sort of like a father figure to Bill. Not Bill. He was Bill. He was like a father figure to to the guy who played the Greatest American Hero. What's his name? It was Hinckley or something like that. Let's see. Let's see. Can't figure out the character's name. Got it. Ralph Hinckley, right? Ralph Hinckley, Ralph. So Bill Maxwell played, but Robert Culp sort of played like a father figure to Ralph Hinckley. No. I remember when they were pushing her to become a star. She did a TV series called based on Westworld, but that thing tanked. That thing only lasted 5 episodes. And then she did the Greatest American Hero, and I think that lasted for 3 years. And then she ended up doing 5 years of a series called Hotel. And she was actually married. She married before she married John Tesh. She actually was married to Gil Gerard, who played Buck Rogers. Yeah. Yeah, but Connie Selica, I'm sure she's in her 70s now. But yeah, they were trying to make her into a big star back then.
Oh, hey, I thought of a Wild Eye movie with the father, and you're going to be like, oh, I should have thought of that when I say it.
The Shark Exorcist.
No. Duke from Carousel. He becomes a father.
Oh, yeah. Was he a good dad?
Yeah, technically he was. I mean, he wanted, like, he sort of stopped. I mean, well, he wanted to be better for the kid. So yeah.
Yeah, but he killed the hottest babe in that series in the first movie. That girl was hot. He got freaky with her, and then he killed her. And it's like, dude, what?
Yeah, I know.
I don't know about that. I don't know if that,
I mean, but he was still a dad. We're just talking about dad. So I mean, dude,
I think he was sort of like a bad dad though, because he didn't lead. He didn't lead by example.
So yeah, that's true. Oh, Jim said water break. All right. It's like, yeah, that's a good. It's like that's a good idea. That's why I keep mine right here.
Well, what about the dad in the last? What about the dad in the latest Scream movie? Dermot Dillon. He plays the dad plays Ghostface.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So he wasn't a good dad. He was a bad dad. Yeah, not a good dad.
No.
Dad, not good.
He was a bad dad.
He was let's see, who else has been a bad dad?
Oh, well, he was a good dad, but he did something bad, but he had good intentions, but then he regretted it. Pumpkinhead, Lance Henriksen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. And you know what's funny? Because we're talking about dads earlier, and then we saw they were talking about Andrew Robinson. Andrew Robinson played the evil dad in the Hellraiser movie, right? Mm-hmm. So everybody, because it was really weird. It's like everybody remembers Andrew Robinson from that Dirty Harry, and he's one of the quintessential bad guys. But he ended up being a good guy in the second Pumpkinhead, Bloodwing. He played the sheriff in that.
Okay.
Yep. Too Long was a good father figure in the Puppets and Puppet Master. That's a good one. That's a good call right there. Yes, Too Long was a great father figure to his puppet. I'm with that. I would definitely say he was a good dad. That's a good one. Let's see. I tell you one thing I'm watching right now. I'm almost done with the first season of this show. But I'll tell you who was a really good dad was Rick Marshall from The Land of the Lost.
Okay.
Yep, I'm talking about the '70s series, not the movie. But the '70s series, he was a really good dad too. Man, I tell you one thing, I have not seen that series in like decades. I had actually forgotten about it, except for the opening song. I remember the opening song. I had forgotten all about the episodes. Holy shit, they were good. I mean, they were not your average. It was a live action movie, live action show.
Mm-hmm. Was there besides the '70s one? Didn't they have one in the '90s or something?
They did. Mm-hmm. With Timothy Bottoms, who was actually a pretty well-known name at that time. Sid Marty Crofton did a lot of live action shows. They did Land of the Lost. They did Electric Woman and Dinah Girl. They did HR Puppet stuff, Lidsville, Sigmund and the Sea Monster. They did a lot of live action, but the Land of the Lost though definitely is the best show they made. The first 2 years were quite strong. The third year got a little bit more kid relevant, but the first two seasons, man, not what you expect your kid to be sitting there eating cold cereal to. It was very, very much an adult show, and very good. I mean, very good. Heavily influenced by Star Trek. Several writers from Star Trek wrote scripts. In fact, a lot of sci-fi authors wrote scripts for Land of the Lost, and I dare say that the Fleet Stack were probably related to the Gorn in Star Trek: The Original Series. Let's see. Well, Goblin King from Labyrinth was sort of a good father, even if he wanted to kidnap the baby. I tell you, he was a really good father. I'll tell you, he was a really good father. How about Benicio del Toro in Sicario?
And which one?
In Sicario,
Oh, okay.
so
I
he
haven't
plays
seen
a
that.
cop. He plays a cop who he loses his family, loses his daughter to a cartel, and he comes back and get revenge. And he there's a scene where he breaks inside this cartel leader who had his family killed, and he breaks into it. And he kills everybody in the compound except for the cartel family, and the husband and his 2 boys and his wife are all eating, and he comes in and sits down. He has a gun on him, and then they start talking about what's going on, and the cartel guy tries to talk him out of it. You would be no different than you would be answering to other authorities. And then he wouldn't be any better than I am. And then he tells him to, me killing your daughter, it wasn't personal. I can never understand that line. I never understood that line. They used the same line in Taken. And there's another great dad right there, Brian Mills from Taken, played by Liam Neeson. Hell yeah!
There we go. Yeah.
That's a top 5 dad right there. That's a top 5 dad. That was an
Well,
awesome
hold
movie.
on one second. He is a good dad, but how many times are you gonna let your family get kidnapped?
Yeah, but the third one was a cash grab. They put that they put the fugitive they put that in the fugitive. That storyline, that was terrible.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just joking around though. It's like you're a good dad, but you keep letting your family.
Hi Betty. Yeah, but he was a great dad. I mean, Brian Mills is a great dad. I mean, and he gets captured, and the guy says, he says, well, he's going to go through anything. He's going to go through anybody and anything to get his daughter back, including his former friend. His former friend who's now on the take. He says, here he is. He's over to the house for dinner, and he knows what his friend has done. He basically calls him out on it. Says, I know what you've been doing. His friend goes to get his gun, comes back. There's no bullets in it because he hasn't looked at it in a long time. And then he gets up, then he shoots his friend's wife, someone who he had known for years, but gets up there and shoots her, and says, unless you tell me what you want to know, I'm going to kill her. That guy was a relentless.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time you think, well, would he really have done that? Hell yeah, he would have.
He probably would. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think he would have if his friend had been honest. Like maybe his friend was powerless to help out. Then maybe not. But he knew his friend was on the take, and that made it easier for him to go there and say, you know what? If he's corrupt, if he has been corrupted, I have no problem putting one in him. I have no problem. And then he gets captured, and they're going to kill him. And then the guy says, "Oh, by the way, he says, kill him. I got guests. Make it quiet." He gets out of that, chases the bad guy to the elevator, and the bad guy's sitting there and goes, "It wasn't personal. You kidnapped his daughter.
It's not personal.
You're going to sell her to slavery, and you're going to sit there and look at the guy as a father and say, it wasn't personal." So they did the same thing in Sicario. They had the cartel guy say, what happened between, us and your daughter, it wasn't personal. And what I liked about the scene, and I really do liked about the scene, is he didn't shoot the cartel guy. He didn't shoot them. He shot he shot his family right in front of him.
Yep.
He shot him right there, dead, right in there in front of him, and let him see it. And didn't, it wasn't like, he let him sit there for a minute and digest what he saw because of his action. Dude, that's a powerful scene in a really powerful movie. And Benicio del Toro is a hell of a dad.
Yeah.
All right.
Some other good action-packed dads I'm trying to think of.
What about Popeye?
Popeye. Oh yeah, the baby. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot he had a kid. That's right. Yeah.
Sleepy. He was a good dad.
So, yep. I guess not good enough. I forgot, but
yeah. You're probably still amazed about a Fireball coming out tomorrow. Obi-Wan Kenobi was a father figure to Luke Skywalker. Yeah. I just wish they would have. You know what though? But his uncle though was more of a father to Luke Skywalker than Obi-Wan was.
yeah.
I think if Obi-Wan had been more in contact with them, I would agree with that. But because Obi-Wan really didn't contact the Skywalkers, and Luke Skywalker until afterwards, I don't know about that. I think it's more of an opportunity. It was more opportunistic than it was he was being a good dad to him. I thought his uncle and aunt did a really nice job with Luke, more of a father. But I would say that Obi-Wan was more of a father to Anakin Skywalker than Luke Skywalker. I think he was more of a father figure there, as Padawan. Jim says his favorite dad in horror is Satan from Rosemary's Baby. He really showed love to Rosemary. Yeah. Or The Omen. Yeah. Same thing, The Omen. Let's see. I'm trying to think of other what are some other creepy dads like that, dad figures. Yeah, that's yeah. Let's see, another good dad was Sheriff Brody from Jaws. I don't know what happened to Steven.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to me either. It just like all of a sudden.
Wow. He mentioned Rosemary's Baby. You just disappeared. Ooh, that's sort of creepy right there.
Rosemary. Oh, you had to bring up the devil stuff. That's what got me. My computer's like no devil stuff.
Well, I thought maybe you went over to watch my Fireball review, but that won't be out till tomorrow at noon.
Yeah, I just jumped in my DeLorean, went to watch it. So,
speaking of fathers, how about this? How about Laura Palmer's dad, who killed his daughter in Firewalk with Me? Speaking of bad fathers. Ray Wise played the father to Laura Palmer, and he killed his own daughter. That was creepy.
Yeah.
See, Jamie knows that. We're talking about evil dads and good dads. Evil and good.
Or stupid. You were mentioned earlier, or a stupid dad.
Leland Palmer was indeed a bad dad. Yes. It was Bob. I think Bob wasn't Bob the log. I think that was Bob. Yes, Leland. Man, that was a creepy ass movie. I thought Bob was the log. Let's see. Leland did let him in. Yep. Ray Wise, great character. Great character. Great actor.
Let's see. What's some other good ones out there? Let's see. Bob is the evil spirit who resides in Leland. Oh, okay.
Oh. I don't know if I caught that in that book. Maybe he was an alien. Let's see. I think that when Rosemary's Horror was the movie that changed the horror movies and what they are now. You know, yeah, you know, that's a really, you can make a really good case for that. I think Rosemary's Baby was definitely the first movie to kick it off as far as American supernatural horror. It definitely was. I think what blows me away about Rosemary's Baby is not that Roman Polanski directed it, but William Castle produced it. William Castle produced Rosemary's Baby. That's a mind blower. Considering that William Castle up to that time was known mostly because of his schlock. You know, he did crazy things at the theaters for his movies and whatnot. But he actually produced Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it's not horror, but since I mentioned jumping into DeLorean to listen to your review, we got George McFly was an awesome father, but when Marty screwed up the timeline and Biff was his dad or stepdad, he was a bad dad. So he had both in Back to the Future there, part 2, with Almanac when he went back in time.
Let's do a review of Rosemary's Baby soon on yeah, we could break that out. We definitely could break out Rosemary's Baby and do we could do a midnight society on that.
And you can compare it to the remake, the newer one that they did TV show. Watch them both.
Did they remake Rosemary's Baby?
Yes, they did. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that. For what? For when did they do that?
When did it come out? It's been a while. I know that.
Really? I did not. Who played Rosemary?
It was. I'm trying to remember. Rosemary's Baby. What's it? No one is questioning your knowledge. Twin Peaks. Oh, okay. They were just talking there. Let's see. Not Toesbury. God, with these stupid typos. Stop it.
Rosemary's Baby came out in 2014. It looks like it probably came out on NBC. Oh Lord!
It was a mini. Oh, Zoe. Who's in Guardians? Who's in Guardians of the Galaxy? Yeah.
Yeah, and Patrick J. Adams was in Suits, and Carol Bouquet was in James Bond movie. See who else is in there. Jason Isaacs was in there. Hell yeah, I'm there. I'm all in for that. Let's see. Wow, looks like they filmed it in France. Maybe. Let's see. Patrick J. Adams played the husband. Wow. Christina Cole, I don't know who that is. But I do know Carolyn Bouquet. I know she did James Bond. This came out 10 years ago. I didn't even hear about this. How come I never heard about this remake? 2014. Oh, I already answered my own question. Never mind.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. I could have watched it and never told you I did. I could have said I was lost. Let's see. Wow. Let's see. Wow, it's pouring down rain here in Florida. Oh.
I don't think it's raining here, unless maybe that's why my internet slowed down. Maybe somewhere it's raining and signal. I don't know.
Is it raining where you're at?
I don't hear it. Usually I can hear it. I don't think it's raining, unless it's raining nearby or something. But
no, it's not raining over here either. Well, buddy, it's been an hour and a half, man. You want to? It's
just about to hit an hour and a half, yeah. But everybody, I'll be moving to Sundays. This will be the new time, 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And next week, got Jan Birch from People Under the Stairs. He was the Stairmaster. He was in Charmed. Amityville Harvest, I believe.
Yep, Amityville Harvest played the vampire. And I also want to take this opportunity to let you guys know that Saturday, starting at 11 a.m., Mr. Dan and Horror we are going to be kicking off a multi-channel marathon to help our friend Hobbs Horror.
Yep.
We are launching this. Mr. Dan the Horror will be on at 11 a.m. till noon. At noon, our very own Steven from House of Horrors will take over. We'll all follow over to Steven's house. He'll host it from 12 to 1. And then I'm going to come back at 1 to 3, and I will be hosting with a couple of special co-hosts. You have to tune in to see. At 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock, it's going to be the Mighty Ice Lord that's going to step in. And then from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, it's JT, aka the Nat, from JT's Movies Discussion. He's going to be taking over there. And then around 11 o'clock or so, we're all going to wrap it up over at Lamonia Jump. So if you guys can share that out, we'll be putting up a new banner up here in a minute. If you guys can share that out, that'll be awesome. I definitely, before the show even goes, Steven, I just want to say thank you for coming up there and stepping up big, being an important part of our community, coming up big and helping Hobbs out.
Yeah, of course.
I'm speaking from the community. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. And looking forward to seeing. Do you have any idea what you're going to be doing on the show from 12 to 1? Get any idea?
Well, like we were discussing, maybe talk about the new times, some past episodes of the House of Horrors, some of the top faves on there. Yeah, but I might try to find someone else to surprise guests or talk to as well. We'll see if I can get anyone. Maybe we'll see. And then of course it's all about Hobbs too, of course. So I tell a few stories of how I met him. Got some funny stuff. You'll just have to tune in and find out what it is, though. So
that's right. So House of Horrors will be taking over large next Saturday at noon. And then after that, you guys can all come over and hang out with me and the Cheetah and our special guest. And, we're all doing it to help Hobbs. He's up against a hard rock, and we're just going to do what we can to help one of our own. I appreciate anybody who wants to share that out for us on Saturday. I know for sure I'll see everybody here in the chat. I will see you guys over on Saturday, so I'm looking forward to that. And thank you again, Steven, for letting me co-host tonight. I'm always honored to come onto the House of Horrors. Always a good time, always entertaining. Let's see. Oh, Steven already has done that. Steven.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Yeah, she's been on. It was a good show. Yeah. So.
Yep. He's already. Steven is when it comes to the House of Horrors and the guest list, I dare say he can match up with just about everybody. Yeah. He's got some very impressive guests come onto the show.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to cut this off, and we'll see you next week. Thanks again, everybody. Bye.